So you can have a complete breakfast. Just throw that egg right on top there. Hello everyone! Welcome to another episode of J Bros Cooking. And today we are going to teach you how to make rice. Basic thing that everyone should learn. Because some people think it's really hard, and I used to think it was really hard.
Me too. I honestly did until I.
And my mom always said rice is like impossible to make. And my mom was a really good cook, and she'd always buy the minute rice.
I wouldn't eat minute rice.
Yeah, and
I still won't eat minute rice.
It's never, I mean, I guess if it's your only option, it's there. But yeah, regular rice is actually way cheaper, and you can buy pretty high quality rice, and it's a good. If you're on a budget or whatnot, it's a good food to have around. My wife is Filipino, and so some of these steps she's going to be helping us with. Well, let's get started, because we're talking too much, and Jules said people drop off because we're talking. First of all, you have to buy rice. Now, you can go to Sam's or Costco. This is, I think, from Sam's. And if you're married to a Filipino or any type of Asian from Asia, wherever that might be, you're probably going to want to buy a lot of rice. This is a 50-pound bag.
It's the 50-pounder.
Jasmine rice.
Good for working out as well.
And, it's heavy. And that lasts us probably about 6 weeks with my wife. She just shovels it down. We're going to make rice in a pot. So you need a pot and a lid and a heat source. Now, the basic way I like to do, you take a cup of rice, you double the water. Now, depending on the rice, some of it's going to require more, some maybe a little bit less, but usually that's a good roundabout number. Cup of rice, 2 cups of water.
And on that subject, I would say, if you can, try to, especially if you haven't made rice a lot, start with like a jasmine rice. It cooks better, and it's a good rice, jasmine rice, huh? It's
jasmine
not
rice
super
is
expensive.
good, but you can buy like Walmart brand or store brand rices for really cheap, and usually all those are about the double.
The 2-to-1 ratio.
Yeah, 2-to-1. The true Filipino way is we're not measuring. She doesn't measure. She is using a scoop, but the scoop is only to get it out of the bag, because she can't. Her hands are small. She can't grab it with her actual hands. So she's scooping rice into the pot. No clue how much it is. This is the Filipino way. Okay, so she's scooping it in. Boom. Look at her go. And now she's gonna rinse it. And then she's gonna like massage the rice, literally. So she's massaging it, and she's just working it. She usually does a single rinse in the US because it seems to be a little cleaner, the rice here. So now she's leveled her rice. And now this is what throws me off. Every Filipino will do this. They literally measure with their fingers. So she just puts the water in, and she's just like eyeballing pretty much, right? And then she strokes it again a few times. She takes her hand, and she measures it to the first line on her finger. You dip it in. Now, this is not the proper way that I would do it, because my hands are much larger than my wife's. Now we apply the heat. So now it's on a medium high, and we're gonna wait for this to boil. And then once it boils, you're gonna take the heat down, so it's not boiling over. It will boil over and burn the rice and be like a huge mess. You don't want a huge mess in your kitchen.
Boil, take it down to a simmer, watch it.
You may say, that doesn't look very efficient, but let me tell you, rice is a big deal. Where she's from, if you get your rice wrong, if your rice is messed up, people are going to let you know. The Filipinos are very nice people, but don't mess up the rice. Do not mess up the rice. So now the rice has come to a boil. Let's check this out.
There she goes.
Ooh-wee. Look at her go. Smells good too. So now we're going to just drop the temp down to a nice low, and it's just going to simmer.
So it's going to just cook nice slow and low. Leave that cover on, don't take her off.
And we'll be back when it's done. Don't take it off.
Later.
All right. Our rice simmered for about 15 minutes there. And as you can see, it looks nice and good.
We're back and our rice is done. And so you might think, what do I do with my rice? So what we're going to do is we're going to take leftover rice. In the Philippines, they always have a lot of leftover rice. And what they like to do is they make garlic rice. Now, my mom used to make a version of garlic rice. I guess it's more of an Italian style. And so garlic rice has always kind of been there. And when I'd go to certain restaurants in the Philippines, when I saw garlic rice, it's always been like, yes, I love garlic rice. So I'm going to show you how I make garlic rice. Now,
The Joe version.
the Joe version. We could call it Hey Joe garlic rice, I guess, because in the Philippines, I guess from the war, like any American is like, hey, they say, hey Joe. And my name is Joe. So this dude was like, I was walking, he's like, hey Joe. And I was like, have we met? So that's how I learned that Filipinos call American guys Joe. So what I like to do is I like to take a little olive oil. I'm probably already kind of far from the Filipino way. And then, I know this ain't Filipino. I take a little bit of butter, 2 tablespoons of butter, let that kind of get hot in the pan, and then I like to use some real garlic. So I'm going to have John dice it up. We got our garlic chopped, and the key is I like to chop it up really nice and small. We'll get in the pan there, and I'm just going to let it brown up.
Ooh, that garlic smells great.
Very delicious. Alright, so our garlic is getting browned up. Gotta be careful because it goes from brown to burnt real quick.
Real fast.
And so now we're gonna have John take the rice and add it in. So we're putting in about 4 cups. I actually have some actual garlic powder here. It's 2 teaspoons. So we're gonna add that in. And then, I know it's garlic rice, but a little extra flavor. We have some onion powder. And that is 1 teaspoon. I usually give it a little sprinkle of salt. And you can add pepper. I used to add pepper, but my kids, you know, don't want pepper in it, whatnot, so I don't add pepper. Or sometimes I have a white pepper that they don't really know about. I'll throw that in. I like my pepper. But
So we're leaving pepper as optional, but definitely is something if you like pepper.
Yeah, throw some pepper in. It's good. Just gotta, you don't want to dry it out. It is day-old rice, so sometimes you can, there's all sorts of tricks. You can add a little bit of water, sprinkle water on it to, if it's too dried out, to moisten it up, but this is still pretty fresh since we're still using the same rice and it's not a day old. Alright, so now we're going to fry an egg. We got the egg here, and I'm going to let John do that.
Ooh. Fry the egg to put on top of the rice. It's hoppy. Gonna let that fry up a little bit. Take the hot oil, coat it on top. Let it cook it from the top side. A little bit of salt.
And that is pepper. Alright, so now we got our rice here, nice and done. And we're gonna use this cup to try and shape it a little bit. I'm gonna just pack it in here. Now this is definitely way bigger than a serving size in the Philippines. I'll pack it in there. Let's put this on. And then I'm gonna put it down and try and get it to look all pretty. Like so.
For topping, I'm gonna cut. We got a little bit of green onion. Joe also has. While I'm cutting that up, I'm gonna let Joe talk to you about this right here.
So now, this is just dried, like we fried the garlic before, and you can make your own. Obviously, it's not that hard, but sometimes this has actually been cooked and dry it out. It's not all greasy or anything. I think I bought this in the Philippines at at the supermarket. You can find these at Asian stores or whatnot. I just sprinkle a little bit on top.
Follow it up with just a little bit of the green onion.
Now, I've never actually gotten rice in the Philippines with green onion on it, but this is just, we're making it like pretty boy. And so we decided to take this to the next level, add a little protein to it. So Filipinos a lot of times they make garlic rice for breakfast, so we fried up an egg, so you could have a complete breakfast. Just throw that egg right on top there. If you're getting into it, if you go Filipino style, you probably want to get a spoon and then a fork, break it open, and let that yolk run out, make a mess. Wow. Am I in the Philippines right now? Oh my word. So yeah, that is the Hey Joe garlic rice. I have been to the Philippines more than 20 times, so this is my take on it. I know it's not perfect to a Filipino recipe, but every recipe is a little different. And it's 100% Filipino approved by my wife. John even likes it.
I do.
I believe, right?
Yep, garlic rice. It's delicious. I'm a garlic guy, and I like rice.
It's very good. So if you want to try it, just follow our 25,000 easy steps. Rice is not hard to make, and it's a very good, cheap, budget-friendly way to feed your family.
So we hope after this our video, you won't be scared to get out there and try and make some rice. Spice it up, make some garlic rice. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out our affiliate links at the bottom below. We greatly appreciate it. And remember, it's always better when you make it yourself.